The square is the heart of the town and connects the medieval village to the district town of the walls. It is divided into Piazza Assunta, which takes name from its impressive church, and Piazza Garibaldi, separated from the former by Borgata Palace. It incorporates the most important tower of the ancient walls, the fortified tower of Porta Genovese. Coming from Via Cairoli, on the right, you can admire Pesci Palace, where a commemorative stone and a medal celebrate Senator and Minister Giacomo Costa. A similar homage was dedicated to the minister Giuseppe Saracco, who built the railway line Genova-Ovada-Acqui Asti at the end of the 19th century and can be seen at the entrance on the opposite side of the square. At the base of the fortified tower there is another commemorative stone to mark General Garibaldi's Impresa di Mille, which was to free southern Italy from the Bourbon rule and in which two fellow citizens, Bartolomeo Marchelli and Emilio Buffa, took part. The church, named after Our Lady of the Assumption and Sant Gaudenzio, is a really impressive building, whose height makes it the most impressive landmark in the town. It was designed by architect Gioa Antonio del Frate, started in 1772 and consecrated in 1801. The facade, which was finally plastered in the 1990s, is quite plain. It stands in a triangular gable on top, while at the bottom there are three portals, with the one in the middle wider and taller. Two twin bell towers, built in the 19th century, are 47 meters high. The circular dome, fitted with a lantern, rests on a drum enriched with rectangular windows and Corinthian pilasters. Enter the church, which is 60 meters long and 20 meters wide, and admire its interior, which, unlike the exterior, looks richly embellished. The map is a Latin cross with three eyes. The central nave is covered with a barrel vault, and the side aisles are covered with groin vaults. The walls and pillars were painted by Pietro Valdi, also known as Il Muto, the Dam, with scenes from Mary's life. The aisles have got 4 bays each, with 8 chapels and 2 altars. Let's start our visit from the left aisle. The first chapel, which was built in 1900, was made by the painter Rodolfo Gambini from Novara and shows the appearance of the Madonna to Bernadette in the Lourdes Grotto. The second altar of the aisle is dedicated to the patron saints of Nevada, Hyacinth, Sebastian, Rocco, who are illustrated in the altarpiece. The painting, dated 1814, and the 14 small panels of the Via Crucis, the Way of the Cross, were painted by Tommaso Cereseto. The vault of the span, frescoed by Vivaldi, represents Jesus showing a destroyed Jerusalem to the apostles from the mountain. The third bay shows the Madonna della Misericordia, Mercy, in a fresco also painted by Tommaso Cereseto. This altar and the others of the church were built by the corporations of crafts and guilds, which throve in Novara, so they typically portrayed the various patron saints. In this case, it was the Cobbler's Guild, so the saints are Crispin and Crispinian. In the fourth bay, the altarpiece portrays Saint Isidoro, patron of agriculture. If you move towards the transept, you'll notice a bigger altar, offered by Marquises Spinola, whose crest is illustrated in the tympana, which contains a big picture portraying the ecstasy of Saint Teresa, painted by Luca Giordano. On the lateral wall of the presbytery, there are many frescoes which represent Jesus among children and the visit of Jesus to Maria and Martha. Now place yourself in front of the apse. On its semicircular wall, you can admire Vivaldi's frescoes, which portray the apostles standing around the empty sepulchre of Mary, whereas the one of the conch depicts her Assumption. The main altar of polychromatic marble was designed by Antonelli. Now turn right. The altar on the right of the transept is dedicated to Our Lady of the Assumption, and above it there is a beautiful white marble statue of Carlo Cacciatori, an exquisite work which unfortunately cannot be adequately appreciated owing to its high position. On the right and on the left of the altar, there are many frescoes portraying Saint Sebastian, Saint Hyacinth, and Jesus, who climb down to the limbo. At the center of the transept, in the intersection with the central nave, there is another cupola with 8 big colored windows. In the four pendentives, the frescoes by Vivaldi represent the four evangelists with their emblems. Now move again to the right. The fourth bay contains a fresco in the vault, which illustrates the bridal of Holy Mary. The altar was donated by the Aggraziati, people who were granted their prayers, whose patron is Saint Joseph. The third altar on the right is dedicated to Saint Omobono, protector of traders and tailors, who is portrayed in the painting overhead. The second altar on the right, instead, is dedicated to Saint Paul of the Cross from Ovada. The portrait in the altar was painted by Tosi and represents Saint Paul of the Cross with his brother Giovanni Battista. A shield in the first bay on the right marks the place where a baptistry was situated, and the altarpiece is a modern painting by the local artist Franco Resecco. On the counter facade of the church, the portraits of two parish priests, Perando and Compalati, who exerted themselves to the construction of the church, are painted above the side doors. The main entrance is framed by two wooden statues made by Giovanni Battista Drago, which represent Saint Rocco with the emblem of Vada and Saint Paul of the Cross converting a bandit. Above the entrance, there is a court stage richly decorated and a majestic organ built by the renowned Serassi brothers from Bergamo. On the vault at the top of the instrument, you can admire three of the best frescoes by Vivaldi. Three groups of angels flying in the sky give a happy farewell to the visitors of the church.